Okay, boom, boom, boom. I did an okay job on that cut. Oh, yo. I don't know who came in. We'll give it a few minutes. I just got here. I'm gonna talk about the San Fran or Sacramento 49er. Oh, see if y'all can. Hold on, I'm gonna see if y'all can see it. Hold on. There you go. Hey, Smooth Trucking, what's up, man? I'm at the Sacramento 49er in Cali. Oh, there it came in better. At the truck stop. Hey, Navy, what's up? Where y'all at in the country? Wait for some more people. See if anybody else comes in. If not, I'm just gonna talk about it. I'm bored, and I just got the hell out of here eating dinner. And sorry about that, y'all. I got a call. Um, I wish it would like so you won't have to get calls. But they changed some about the truck stop. Where y'all at in the country? Where you at, Smooth? Where you at, NATO? I ain't been in a minute, NATO, but I ain't been off on it a while. PA. Oh, okay. Y'all should be getting warmer weather now. I'm gonna turn this around. Your weather should be much warmer in PA now. Well, you remember when you used to come here, Smooth, and you would just go through the gate, and if you're gonna pay, you pay on the exit gate, right? Now, I guess you can't pay with cash at the exit gate. You got to go all the way to hell back inside the building, and you can't pay before the 4 hours. So if I tell you I'm gonna be here for 24 hours, freaking pilot and this jacked up trucks, y'all need to put somebody at the gate and pay there. Oh, NATO, where you at again? Yeah, NATO's in PA. Okay, Smooth, where you at? Yeah, I'm good on the snow. I shouldn't have to come to PA no more with this company. If everything goes good with this company, and y'all ain't gonna see me in PA. And I used to like driving PA, but y'all got some shenanigans going on. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know. Hey, Quan, what's cool that they got rid of the person at the. I ain't been here in a while. As yeah, I was. Everybody named Mama calling. All I'm sorry. But I wanted a warm meal. So oh, your truck is up here. Okay, but you getting it clean, smooth. Yeah, I wanted a warm meal. I wouldn't even want a hot meal, so I got the wet burrito, which is actually pretty good. It's a big ass burrito, and it was pretty good. Beans, rice. I did the chicken one because I wanted shredded beef. They didn't have shredded. They had ground beef. If I'm gonna pay that kind of money, you gonna shred some chicken breast for me, and that's what they did. Um, yeah, they in and it's kind of weird, but I mean the food was still okay. They didn't have no soda because I couldn't. So I just told them give me a water. Um, can y'all hear me? Okay, I want to make sure I'm on the headset. Okay. Yeah, I did my 34-hour back in Lubbock. I got to roll out. I'm getting ready to crash and burn because I got to roll out in the morning early to Oakland and deliver there. So I'll be delivering at Oakland early. If I don't, I'm not in the bunk, so I didn't put the idle on yet. So once I put the idle on, oh, this truck, the idle, the APU is your friend. Yes, Quan. I love my Quan. Please, for those of y'all, I know who are coming to the page, please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and share it out. Um, and I'm coming to, okay, good, because I've been using a headset because it just seems to be a better quality sound with the headset. Um, yeah. Oh, you from up here in the Bay Area? Okay, but the guy who kind of mentored me who was just calling me a few minutes ago, I'm calling him later. Trucker Bill, he's from here, and he's from Oakland. So he grew up in the Bay Area, and he started out working in the ports. I think after the military, because he's military Army. I think he's Army too, so he's a vet. But yeah, it's. And I told him when I went there, I was like, this is inconvenient. If I get a ticket and I tell you, and I brought the ticket in with me, I didn't think I was just bringing it in with me. I had to pay $50. I don't have that right now because I just started with this company. So you know how it is. Y'all start somewhere new, your funds is tight. So I was like, I'll just pay the fee because the company reimburses for parking. That's one thing good about this company. They will reimburse you if you have to pay to park. So they reimburse for parking. So I just paid the $15. But I was like, I'm already in here, and I don't like walking late at night because I got to get up early in the morning. and get up in here, so it's gonna be dark. Although there is a brother over here. This brother over here, he barbecuing. And I don't know if he's selling plates, but there's a whole bunch of Negroes right around his truck. And some white boys. I was like, he got his barbecue grill on the back of his flatbed, and he hooking it up. I don't know what the brother's making, but he got staring, and I was like, well, I ain't gonna ask. I know you. So I was like, I'm gonna go on inside and get my wet burrito. But yeah, he looked like he getting his barbecue on. And there's a whole bunch of folks sitting over there. So I don't know if he's making plates for people. I don't know what he's doing, but he got a literal the square grill like you put in your backyard. That's what he got, and it's full of food. I was like, this ninja right here, he hooking it up. He hooking it up. Yeah, and Quan, thank you. Yeah, please share out the video. We trying to once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a giveaway, like a sweepstake thing, and I have something I use on the truck all the time. I'm gonna give it away. You don't have to. I mean, it can be used for camping, it can be used at your house. You use it at work if you don't work in the trucking, but because I have people that sometimes just follow it, and something I use virtually every day. I won't be using it tonight because I've already done what I need to do tonight. Otherwise, I'd be using it tonight. But I use it virtually every day. And I thought it was cool when I found it. I ain't gonna tell anybody what it is. It's gonna be a surprise for the person who wins it. Once we hit up to 1,000, that's what we're gonna do. That's messed up, man. Yeah, they doing too much. I tried to pay it straight up with the company card, but I was like, I didn't know my company just did that, so no. So I'm gonna have to do it anyway. Hey, Brown Sugar, I'm back in here again. I'm at Sacramento 49er, and I'm gonna be sleeping here for the night. I delivered in Sacramento 2 stops. I ran out of hours on. I got there with the first stop, but the second stop was right on the way in here, so I was like, I'm already out of hours. I gotta go past it. Going to get that done. I called the company, say, hey, let's reschedule it. So I went ahead and got it done, and then, I mean, literally like a couple miles from here. So, let's see here. Who was in here? I just saw Smooth. You know what I'm talking about. I delivered to, there's some kind of gourmet food place called Reed, or Reeds. I delivered there. And then I delivered to Restaurant Depot here in Sac. Both of those in Sac. They right up the street from each other, not far at all. And then right as all I do is left out and went around the corner. Hey, Nato. Hey, NR, how you doing? I got Nato in there. Let's see here. Yeah, it seems to. So as far as the couple weeks when I get out here, it seems to be not running. I run pretty much between Lubbock and wherever. Lubbock in California, Lubbock in San Antonio, Lubbock in New Mexico. And so it keeps me on the 40 corridor, which is a cool corridor. The only time you have issues with 40, obviously, is a tornado season, high winds. You can get some snow on there, but nothing like what you're getting up on the East Coast. Nothing like what you're going to get over Donner. I do know he showed me on the map when I started working that they do go all the way up to Washington State. They go down at certain times of years down to Florida, down to, I thought he said Miami, West Palm, which I wouldn't mind doing that because my best friend is in West Palm, and I haven't seen her since I was 18 years old. We talk almost every other day, all the time. And I've not ever met her husband, never ever met her daughter. So that would be a great run for me to get eventually. I have been to Florida, but I'm only going as far as Jacksonville. So I'm not going down that far. Also, DCI Jams is down there. And he's like, girlfriend, you come down. You got a room in the crib. I'm going to take you to dinner. Me and my wife can just cool people, He's part of the Trucker 411. He's not as much on the YouTube. And the reason is because we have to get him signed up. He doesn't know how to sign into the second channel. So we got to help him with getting that set up. But yeah, the company overall, it's some manual stuff. Like right now, where am I at on miles? So I started Monday of last week. Was it last Monday? Was it last Monday or Monday before last? Monday before last. Okay, I think it was Monday before last. 17th? Was it 17th? Anyway, the Monday before last. And from Monday to about Wednesday, I was at like just around 3,600 miles. Now I just started out the week after a reset. I got back out on, well, they told me the load was going to pick up at Saturday morning. I called because it was coming into Sacramento. And luckily enough, Tyson had the load ready for me that evening, because there's no way in hell I would have made the time, because they had me leaving Lubbock. They had me leaving Lubbock to pick the load up at 7:30 in the morning on a Saturday. There's no way in hell the first appointment was going to be at 10 a.m. in Sacramento. There ain't no way in hell I would have made that. None. Zero with California traffic. So I called, and the load was actually ready the night before. So, I mean, I pretty much hauled butt from Lubbock to Amarillo, and then had to go through drama with this. This trailer was really weird. It's got some damages, which I sent them, but underneath it's got two damn. So when you pop the tandems, and we have air tandems on most reefers, and you either pull or push that button in. When you do that, it pops the pins in so you can slide the tandems. This damn thing got damn air buttons back there, and both work. But one actually controls the pins. I don't know what the hell the other one does, but I had to kind of figure out which one should be in and which one should be out in order to pop the pins in. So that took time trying to figure out what the hell they did back there. So I got that done, got tandem sled. I had to drive it around a couple times to build the air pressure up. And then sorry about that, y'all. I keep getting calls or messages, so y'all forget. If it does that, just hang in there. I'll be back because it's just a call. I'm just ignoring it. Hey, Chucker Hat Piner, how you doing, man? Pinner. Now, you know, let me hop in here for a minute. In the state of Arizona, we have a sub shop called Chiba Hut. I've never smoked anything in my life, not even a regular cigarette. I smoke. And the pinner there is something to do with marijuana. So, but what they do is a sub shop, and their whole theme is based around marijuana. Hey, United Independent Drivers, y'all can pull them up. It's called Chiba Hut. They originate in Tempe, Arizona. I think they have another location in Mesa, but they started in Tempe. That's my home city, Arizona. And it is the funniest crap you ever seen, because over the register, again, I've never smoked nothing. They got a big ass joint, and they got pictures of everybody, Bob Marley, Snoop Dogg, everybody who smokes stuff. And basically, their logo is, if you high, we will fly. Oh, this place is off the chain. And all the subs are named after different types of marijuana joints. I'm serious. And they have they desserts are called munchies. Because I guess when y'all are people who've done that, they get the munchies. But they do got some damn good subs. I ain't gonna lie on them. They subs is bomb. So yeah, it's kind of funny. So when I see your name Piner, it is kind of an indicator of that. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny as hell, y'all. See if y'all can Google them. It's called Chiba Hut, Cheba Hut. I'll tell y'all a funny story in a minute. Everybody named Mama called me. Sorry about that, y'all. Hey, United, everybody in there okay? Sorry about that. Yeah, everybody. Bill's trying to call me, and then some other folks called, and I got some messages. Yeah. But no, yeah, I got to deliver the restaurant depot in Oakland tomorrow. So I got to go there too in the morning. Funny story, I'll tell y'all the story because the Chiba Hut reminded me of it. So when I was with the starter company and I was training, the student that was the P. Wimpy Leadfoot, remember him, the one who was whipped by the chick? We actually had gone picking up a load actually up in Washington. Was it Washington or Oregon? One of the two. I think it was Washington State. And I had been to, it was I think it's Americold or US Cold, one of them. I had been to the facilities before. And when I went past, there was I thought it was the smoothie shop because they had a big ass pineapple on the front of the building, okay? And I'm like, dang, it was popping off too. There was a ton of cars out there. And then right next door to it was this little truck stop that had a restaurant. But when I got there, I was trying to get to the facility, so I didn't really stop at the truck stop. So me and the student got there, and our stuff wasn't ready. So I said, well, we'll just go to the truck stop, and if you're hungry, you can eat. Well, by the time we got up there, I think they were closed again. The truck stop was, but he went and asked them what time they open in the morning. No, it was on the door. What time they open in the morning? And then he's like, well, damn, that smoothie shop must be damn good. So I was like, man, when I was here last time it was popping off too. I said, I'm probably gonna walk over there in a minute. He's like, well, I'm gonna go see what they got. I'm like, okay, no problem. So he hops out the truck, walks over to the smoothie shop, or what I thought was a smoothie shop. And so like 10 minutes later, he calls me. He's like, dude. I was like, what's up, man? He said, you want to know what this is? I said, it's a smoothie shop. He's like, no, dude, it's a weed shop. We laughed about that crap for a minute. I even wrote it up and sent it to the company because it was, I'm talking about, some of the driver managers are like, everybody got a kick out of that because he walked over there and I was like, I said, bro, don't walk up in that piece. You don't want to smell like nothing up in there. you don't walk up in that piece. So he's like, yeah. I was like, okay. So I didn't know. I guess pineapples. Hell, I don't know if that represents it. But it was like a big ass pineapple up there. Funny as hell though. That's my funny, weird student story. But yeah, that was actually good. But that was up in, I think it was Washington. But I think Washington and Oregon are now legal. Shoot, and I'm not a person that really believes in it. Maybe from a damn stock. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm praying on it right now because I don't. There's aspects of it, but the medicinal part right now, they've got some stock companies that are doing quite well, and you can get in like almost at penny stock, like $500, and then let it grow. In the state of Texas, where I'm at, we're in Lubbock area. They had a show on TV, and I told my father, I said, it's a bunch of bull. So the farmers are talking about trying to grow hemp. They made it illegal to grow hemp out there because of the tide of marijuana, right? So now they talking about growing hemp. I said, no, they getting prepared to grow crops when this stuff goes legal across the country. That's what the hell they doing. I don't believe that they are just growing. Is she a lot lizard? She might be a lot lizard because I done seen her walk around here a couple of different times. Okay, well, Lord, normally you don't see them too much here. Ontario, yes. Where else was that the other night? I think they were dropping them off. I forgot what truck stop was that the other night. There was a truck stop I was at, and they had a bunch of cars out there that kind of said that might be the case too. Petro. It's Petro and Kingman. Yep, Petro and Kingman. I couldn't remember because I stopped for about an hour nap because I started seeing stuff in the road and parts of the road start missing. So I went and took a nap. And then I drove. But yeah, they're getting ready. So I've been thinking about possibly investing. I'm really, like I said, I have certain aspects that agree with it. I've never done any illegal drug. I do is what's prescribed to me. I had alcohol. That's about it. I mean, but it's a legal substance, and I don't drink to where I'm all frosted out because I know some people drink and they don't know how to stop. That's not me. And I don't like right now at my age, I really don't drink. Most of the drinks we have are at restaurants now. And half the time, y'all, if you go to a restaurant, that drink ain't like going to a bar. You go to a bar with some liquor in it. You go to a restaurant, they water that stuff down. They charge you dollars for a watered down drink, and that's, it's not anything major. But yeah, I'm a little pissed off though, because I gotta now get up in the morning, walk my fat butt back here to this place. I'm real close to the door. Walk my fat butt over here to this damn door. Go in there. Pay these damn people in order to leave the parking lot, and I can't pay it at the damn drive out. That kind of pissed me off. Are you work done on your truck? You said it's here, or is you just park here? Do you just park here, or you having work done on your truck, Smooth? I know y'all think I am a fool. I can't lie. But I told y'all my family kind of crazy, so y'all don't even know. Y'all don't know about how stupid I am. I clown shoes, nose big, hat, the whole nine. I can be straight up a fool. I ain't gonna even lie. For all of my truckers, this company right here, let me see if it turns around. Tri-State. You guys want to make some good money. Good money. If you find somebody, and I think they do a few solo drivers, but if you can find somebody to team with, you make money with that company. And their trucks are all virtually new trucks. Hold on for a second. Okay. Yeah, their trucks are all virtually new trucks when you get them. But you Unfortunately, you are doing explosives. It is military based. It is a DOD background check. I met a couple who gave me a very good detailed on it and even recommended. They do some solo drivers. Sometimes you'll even see them, depending on what they're carrying, there'll be escorts, undercover escorts with them. They are no joke. And some of the, I think they also can carry weapons. I've seen some of the escorts with them who are packing. Sometimes it's not obvious unless you know what's going on. But yeah, that company. If you want to make some money, that's some good money. You do usually have to team though, so you need to find somebody, or they might pair you up with somebody. But you can make good money with that company, from what I've heard. So very good money. That's one. And I'm supposed to be still talking to Nikki. I don't know if I'm gonna get back to Arizona and how much time I'm gonna have because she now works nights. She's doing dairy and she's in training right now, and I think she said 2:30 a.m. to something. So 2:30 something to 4 p.m. or something like that. So she's long shift, and I know she's tired because she's just getting back into where she's unloading a truck. But she's young. She's young. Hey, Patience, want to make her. What's up? Welcome to the channel. I don't think I've talked to you before, but welcome to the channel. And if you guys have not done this, please give me a like, thumbs up, subscribe, and the trucker. I still have the trucker 411. We're going to be doing some topics. Our new topic is actually going to be covering a video by Chase and Andrew that he did regarding a business relationship. We're going to just kind of talk about it in our own vein on what we think, and how to maybe handle situations like that in the future. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Things that I like and don't like. I love the overall. Honestly, I really like the drive on this truck. It really is. What I don't like is the defrost on the outside mirror. Sucks. It's not really as good as a Freightliner, and the storage in the back it sucks too. It really does. But welcome to the channel, Patience. Where's everybody at in the country? I know that. Let's see here. All right, so I know NATO's in PA. Smooth is here in the Oakland area. Quan, where are you at? Are you in the Carolinas? I think it's Brown Stuger. NR, where you at? I can't remember. United, you're in Georgia. I know that. I'm pretty sure I remember you being in Georgia. Okay, you in Georgia too? All right, Patience, I got you. Yeah, I think United's in Georgia too. United's a businessman. Yeah, but otherwise, this company is Texas. That's right, Brown Sugar, you in Texas. Okay. I'm in Lubbock now. I hate Lubbock. Well, I'm trying to think if I want to say hate. I don't really hate it. They're just different. So the people are sweet. They're just, some of the mindsets are different. My father's mindset is very different. But some of the thinking is different. Like, and no offense to my fellows in here, if you're a man, I got you. I'm cool with you. But if you're a grown male, I got problems. Like Trump, I got problems with grown little boys. So, it's funny because even my sister, I love her dearly, my half sister that I got to meet later on, we talk about things about, that's just the man. No, baby. You're using that term loosely. Because what God showed me was the difference between a man and a male, or a woman and a female. There's two different things, y'all. Two different things. So I'm getting ready to get on my soapbox. Y'all know sometimes it's two different things. So example, I'm gonna give y'all an example. I think I told this story a little bit before. I had an associate of mine, and her dude was away doing a stint. Y'all got me. She is a corporate woman or corporate female. Thank you, Patience. There's a big difference. Hallelujah. And she's a corporate female. She has two sons who are preteen. One, I think they're preteen. One is now teen now. One is preteen. She has a daughter. She's 3 children, 2 boys, 1 girl. Her dude got out. Okay. Now I know y'all together. Come on now, you giving up some stuff. Yet she got on Facebook asking for somebody to come. Who did they know for a landscaper to come and do her yard? Forgive me, I'm getting ready to go here, y'all. You got 3 penises in your house. 1, 2, 3. 2 of them young enough little boys and you got a grown one who got out. You waited for him, okay? You laying with him, and not any of the three of them Negroes, which should be all three of them, and he should be man enough, even though those aren't his sons. The daughter is his daughter, but those aren't his sons. But you in the house with her, so you need to be a stepfather to those kids. Like Trucker Bill, he has stepfather. I have to give him credit. He got some butthole tendencies, but when it comes to being a father and being a provider, he shows you what a man is. Bill gets out here and a lot of them will get out here and send that money home. They are there to support that family. That's something I'm really impressed with a lot of trucks, and I'm gonna call them men. Now, I'm not gonna say all of them are. Some of them are dogs, but I noticed that usually when you get out here, you got the ones who are married or in some sort of relationship. They really have a focus on home life and family. And Trucker Bill is one of those people. He's been married several times, but every last one of his kids, including stepkids, he's either put through college, put in school, paid for weddings, just done things that a father does, even if they weren't his biological children. So you laying with this woman, and this woman is on Facebook asking for a landscaper to do her yard. You got a grown male. My best friend, her and her husband met in the military. Every weekend when he comes home, he's a postman. He has a beat, pretty much walks and delivers mail. Every weekend he comes home. He washes the cars. He handles the yard. He does any maintenance around that house that needs to be done. They have a more traditional marriage. She cooks and, cleans up the house, but everybody kind of participates in that. But for the most part, she maintains that. But that's a man. When he gets out there and cuts the yard, washes all the cars, not just his car. I'm going to wash my car so I can look pretty in my car. F everybody else in the house. His daughter's car, his wife's car, his car. He washes all the cars. He gets out there, does the lawn, goes around, cleans up around the outside of the house. So I need to understand why you got 3 penises in your house and can't nobody get their ass up and go out there and do your yard. And while you on Facebook, that's one of my major issues. That's one of my major. And the one you laying down with, what he doing? Why can't he go out there and do their yard? In the words of a friend of mine, when she married her husband, she said, I got to get paid for my services. I don't mean to be mean, y'all, but that's kind of an appreciation thing to show. That's why I tell my sorry father, you child, please. You know what? Speak on that, Precious. Speak on that. And we need it in the community. I mean, in the African American, but in community in general, we can't even say our own culture. It's really in the U.S., it's a loss that we have a lot of grown males, and we got a lot now grown females. You could even back in the day when a female was independent raising children, you would give her the name of a woman because she was doing so much. But now these babies, no offense to y'all generation, a certain generation of folks, they not there anymore. Yeah, I can't. I just can't. And I watched my paint mask, and the baby had a little mask on, and he had his son in the middle of him. They bought a house out in Dallas. And he's a general manager for the Hilton. This is my other half brother on my mother's side. He's pushing with the boy who's, I don't even think that baby's 5 or 6 years old, pushing the lawnmower, showing him. That's building a man. That's showing a man. Opposed to kind of what I got with Grumpy Smurf, who can't change a light bulb in a car, who can't change a freaking shower head. He can't do. I'm not mechanically inclined. Next. And I'm picking on guys, but I'm gonna pick on chicks too. There is something about being a woman. I have a problem if you can't. I have a problem if either can't cook, but you female and can't cook. Not a problem. Not a problem. I really believe that is just and I know that might seem like I believe guys should be able to cook too. I believe both should be able to cook, but especially a female. It's not a clean, not understanding. I'm not understanding. I'm not. There are some things that we have as skill sets that come to us or that we're shown, and it's done. Neither one of y'all know how to handle bills, have responsibility. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. But we need, and we don't have women showing women to be how to handle themselves. A lot of females now are just hoish. I can't. Some of the stuff my father be watching, some like on the ghetto shows, I can't. I can't. Hip hop something. I'm like, I can't. I can't. I can't. It just disturbs me to no end. It does. We look at like Obama and Michelle was classy, y'all. Say what you want. She was classy. And my father's like, she not flashy, because he believed in that ghetto gold and gold teeth, and almost like pimped out church look. That's to him flat. I'm looking at him going, "Are you for real?" I said, "Michelle Obama was classy. Because she don't look like a hood rat." I can't. I just can't. I can't. I can't. She's classy. She shows elegance with black folks. So it is, and it's unfortunate. And the sad part is, and we are talking about, and I'm leaning towards the African Americans. I'm African American, but today it's sagging like we like black kids started and trying to run across the street, damn they fell because it was down. The stuff that they have found to be inspiring is disturbing. It is disturbing. And God bless him. It's disturbing. I gotta see if I'm seeing this right. Okay. He's got skinny pants on. Okay, I was trying to, it's a different look. Okay, it's a different look. It almost looked like some Hitler type pants, and nowadays you don't know what you be saying. Especially at the truck stops. But yeah, so it's disturbing in that we're not teaching. And it's funny because who was it I heard a song by, what is her name? Oh my God. And I'm seeing her face right in my head. Oh my God. I think she did New York State of Mind with Jay-Z. Oh my God. I'm seeing her face right in my head. She did The Voice a couple seasons ago. Anyway, she's got a new song out called something about raising a man, and talking about raising a young boy to be a man. And I just, it's so critical because a lot of times, and the males are absent because of all the drama that we have politically, with some of them being in prison, one. And so that really affects a lot of the black community, Latino community. And really, I'm going to be honest, it affects the economic class that's not middle class, extremely. Whether you black, white, or whatever. White folks, just because they at a certain level, they white, they think that, that covers all of them. But I'm going to tell you, if you're in, hey, is Stop in here? I didn't see Stop. Oh, hey, Stop. Hey, girl. Okay. Yeah, you know me, I'm chin wagging because I'm bored and I'm getting ready to get in this bed in a minute. But it affects a certain class of people. And a lot of folks, even if they Anglo, which I don't like, you don't like the color thing, but Anglo-Saxon, if they're Anglo, which means white, or European white, if they're that, they think that because they're of their, what we call race, that excludes them. It does. A lot of times, anybody at a certain economic level, the system is set up to put you, if you do fall in a certain category, to put you in prison. And then it impacts the family unit. It impacts society. And we keep producing just a really messed up situation. I don't know if y'all ever watched that show. This was like one of my favorite shows called The Wire. It was a TV series that, whoever did that, they researched the heck out of the police politics, street politics. It was that show. If y'all ain't seen it, I'm gonna tell you, I think Amazon has it for free. If you're a Prime member, get that, put that in your watch list and start with season 1. And really, it's deep. That show is so deep. Not normally typically a show type of show I would like, but it was so well written, and it really, I knew immediately upon seeing it, it showed really a truth of what happens in a poverty stricken environment. And I granted it's using the mainly black community, but it speaks to all communities who are at a poverty level, because the system is set up to screw you. It just honestly is. I know that's right, Patience. Right, and all of the above, everyone, male or female, you should be able to. 'Cause it's like dealing with Grumpy Smurf right now. My father knows how to cook. He just don't want to. I don't want to. He's a child. If you say left, he's gonna say right. If you say right, he's gonna say left. He thinks it's cute. He calls himself his my aunt who passed away called him her brat, and he thinks that's cute. I'm like, there's nothing cute about being an insolent child. There's absolutely nothing cute about it. That's what's wrong with you. Nobody ever jumped in your behind and told you it's not cute. And so he thinks it's funny and it's cute. Honestly, when you say we're from a different era, we are, but the damages start back with our parents. So it really, like me and my father had this deep conversation a while back. It starts back with the baby boomer generation when marriage went aside. When you started having kids, I'm out of wedlock, bastardized kid. When you started having bad women, no accountability, not really held unless you really buckle them down for child support or interaction with the kids. My father's the type of male, he just wants to throw money at it and not deal with it. So, I mean, that's just how he looks at his relationship, even though he doesn't understand that's what he's doing. Kind of how he looks at his relationship with God. If I give my tithes, God will bless me, and if I give above my tithes, then I'll get more money in, and I can keep living the way I want to live. There's no accountability, and I look at that with him just on a religious level, but also we can correlate that to this physical realm that we're in, and you see it with us that even men and women, we're living with no accountability for certain actions. So even if a woman has children, she's not raising them. She's going to work every day. She's dating all sorts of males or females, whichever she does, vice versa. The male she got pregnant by, he might not be present in the children's life or hers to help her with the kids. And so we're raising a generation of people that are absent of any kind of leadership. But this didn't just happen. It graduated overnight to where we got there. And we become, I hate to say it, it's funny because I hear secular people who aren't even Christian, call us basically an immoral society. We don't have a moral code. And that's why, let's go there, we ended up with who we got in office. I mean, I believe God is in control of why he's there, but that's why we got the type of person. He is a direct reflection of the society in which we live. Pervy, for chicks, and somebody look like his daughter. So we're looking at somebody who also may have a thing for young females, and he, wants to screw his own child. I mean, that's kind of what you basically told me when you looking at Stormy Daniels talking about you remind me of my daughter. That's what that's saying to me. It's taken us all this time now to start recognizing we got Chester the molesters and making them accountable. R. Kelly got off the first time he went in for the molest situation with the first young girl that they caught him on videotape with. He got off. Nobody really was like, oh, well, she knew what she was doing. I don't care if she knows what she's doing. I don't care if she's screwing all the damn high school. You a grown ass male. That's a child. You shouldn't be screwing a child. No. So that says a lot about you. There has to be some accountability and a standard by which we live. And right now, there's no standard. Any and everything goes. So we have a generation of people who, they haven't been raised. When I was growing up and you didn't have your father in the house, it was called a latchkey kid. We've even gotten rid of terms. We don't even call terms anymore. It's normal that a child goes home. It's normal that a child goes home and never talks to their damn parent. That's like, I remember when I was growing up, and kids would, and girls would get pregnant, and the mama didn't know the girl was pregnant. Now, in my mother's day and before then, you come in that house pregnant, you don't even have to show a belly. A mother who knows their child could look at the face and the hand of the child was pregnant. Now you got kids going to the house 9 months pregnant, delivering in a bathroom, or until they almost deliver, and the mama didn't know she was pregnant. Hmm? That tells you about how much interaction you're doing with your child. It really does. So, and you are correct. The internet is raising them. Video games is raising them. And there's no family interaction. I'm seeing, that's why I kind of like this whole tiny house. And you see these families now who are getting these schoolie buses. And they basically are downsizing to have quality time with their kids and to homeschool their kids. I'll be honest, if I had children nowadays, I would homeschool. One, because folks is crazy as hell. Coming up in schools, shooting folks and stuff. So I would homeschool. Well, that's the other problem I have. I have a problem when a 5-year-old has a damn cell phone. I also have a problem when the mama gives her the child gets out of her hair. I got problems with that. And I grew up in a time. Oh, maybe she's a driver because she's walking with some food, but she done walked a couple times. She better than me. Sisters, this is one thing you don't do. She walked across this parking lot. I don't know where her truck is, but she's walking pretty far out. Even though it's still daylight, don't walk like it. Had I had to park down there, I'd just be hooking up a sandwich. But I'm parked right next to the damn door, so I'm not. I can walk back here and be all right. But no, no, and hell no. Yeah, I can't, y'all. I can't. But no, it's a different generation of folks, and it's unfortunate what has happened. It's impacted our. It's like my brother who's in prison. He spent most of his life in prison. I think my father feels guilty for that because North saw him do a lot of bad stuff. My father was selling marijuana and stuff, and big things of it because he had connections years ago, back in the day, in his young days, with somebody in Mexico. He didn't do the side corner stuff, and I think my brother saw some of that, and I believe because of that, and he wanted the fast cash. And in Little Lubbock, flashing, having gold and gold teeth, and dressing a certain way, it's messed us up. It's messed us up even culturally. It's messed up, so I got found out of, but I'm driving a Chrysler 300. Okay, bragging as if, but let you living in a ghetto ass place. I can't. I can't. My cousin, she's on disability. The lady above her had 2 little girls. I'm looking at this woman. Her nails are done. Her hair is weaved up, and these 2 little girls look a hot ass mess. Their hair ain't combed. Their clothes is messy. I can't. I just can't. Anyway, y'all, I'll get on my soapbox, and looking at it just really kind of depresses me, and seeing it. And like I said, the lack, and we have a lack in both the men and the women. Whether I did or didn't agree with all of Obama's policies, it was good to see a very well articulate, intelligent, not ghetto person walk into the White House and show us leadership. And I was hoping that would have an impact, and maybe it did, to show people how to be and how not to be. But the negative stereotypes, the negative, it shows that seems to appeal. I don't know why that is, but that's the nature of man. If it's something negative or bad, that's what we're going to go for. We're going to go for the Little Wayne with the pants sagging opposed to Obama looking professional. That's just, it's scary. It is what it is. Like now I'm seeing these boys with the hair be nappy, they ain't combing it, and I just can't. I'm just like, why is your hair, and in white men too with the beard, I can't. There's something about being clean cut, in order. Like right now I'm losing my hair, but I try to keep it as soon as it starts getting what I just shave it down and call it a day, because there's something about being neat that is important. Um, it's very important. Anyway, I'm rambling, y'all. I'm trying to think what else. Put that phone down like that. Wash them dishes and mop. You can mop my floor. You keep killing me. Now, don't make them indentured servants, though. That's whether I was her indentured servant. I cleaned the house. I did everybody's laundry. I, that one didn't do much other than to come in and cook. And my mother could cook. She's amazing. Most of our family could cook on my mother's side. Um, but she would dirty up all the dishes and sit her fat ass on the couch and not do nothing. And I have to clean up everything, all the dishes, the house. That was an indentured servant. I've always been of the mind, everybody that dirties the house needs to clean the house. That's kind of what it is. That is a saying, but it's not biblical, but it is a very good saying. A lot of people think that's in the Bible. It is not, but that is the truth. I know she was so classy. Michelle Obama was just class. She was class, honestly. And I didn't know about the relationship between her and Bush, where he just loves him, and it's it's not anything weird. It's just really a friendly relationship between him and Michelle. He always gives her the candy, and it's an endearing relationship. But she's just that classy. She's just very classy, and it's good to see a couple, especially her. And I'm not saying, because we don't know. I mean, they could have issues, and I'm sure they're not perfect. But it's good to see a married couple who exemplify as if they care for each. Oh, shoot! I just banged my foot against the pedal. As if they love each other, and they raise their kids, daughters. They speak into their life. Um, I really, really enjoyed seeing that. It was, like I said, that was probably historically one of the best things for the African American community, for any minority group actually, is to see the possibility of us being different. And even though a lot of people don't care for Trump, because he's in there, some really positive things have happened. We got, obviously, the #MeToo movement, where a lot of women who have been locked into their own brokenness, and I'm going to say women and men, because men can be molested too, because I have some friends that are males who grew up and molested by their fathers or by family members, um, that it gave people now that, I think, a motivation to get free. But also, I'm impressed with, like, even the number of women who have stepped into politics of all different nationalities and backgrounds. Although the Muslim lady's kind of pissing me off. She's, and she's biased based on her, in my humble opinion, based on her religious background. You got to be careful when you do that. Um, but yeah, it's good to see different females from all different walks of life now doing, some amazing stuff. Also seeing a number of minorities that are starting to get involved in politics. This is something that actually kills me. Let me turn this around, bro. Y'all, I just saw this. You see, I don't know if y'all can see this. Let's see if we can get him. See Grandpa out there with his little baby dog. It kills me when I see these trucker men and they got them frou-frou dogs. And they love that dog. They love little frou-frou. Yes, they do. I saw one of them. He just walked with two little, like a min pin and a chihuahua. But they kill me. They be killing me. Here at this truck stop, you have a pooch wash where you can wash your dog in the back. So, but they kill me out here. He walking his little baby. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, they always had little frou-frou dogs, and you get out. And I remember when I was working in regular for Verizon in Chandler, and you saw this. He gets on this Harley, right? And I see this thing look like a baby carrier. He had a little frou-frou dog with the goggles, like this. He's sitting there, holding on, had it like strapped in with the front pouch like this. It was hilarious on a Harley, riding with his dog attached to his chest. I was like, wow. But I love his puppy. But no, other than that, everything's all right, y'all. Sorry about that. Every time I get a call or a message, it kicks me out. I can get to a trip pack box, and they have to pay. I don't know. It's like this 20 something. I don't know if it's overnight though. And this would be really good to get this load on there because I'm at 5,182.6 miles since the Monday I started. So that's not bad. And I even did I did a 35 receipt plus they gave me an extra day. So I already I came back in on, was it Wednesday? It's like Thursday. Wednesday night I got in. Wednesday afternoon. So Wednesday afternoon, Thursday. So really 2 days, 2.5 days off. Well, no, not quite. Barely 2 days because I left out Friday night. So yeah, I left out Friday. So Friday afternoon, late evening. So yeah, but it's not bad. I like, so far, like I said, I like the company. It's like today, you have to text them and tell them, hey, I need this. Like I needed lumper fees, and boom, boom, they sent the code over. But it's very manual. Whereas I would be able to, if I could scan the paperwork, I knew it would get in on this pay period. Now I gotta, maybe get to a truck stop. Hope I get to a truck stop in time to get it out, and hopefully it's next day service because I think it's 2 days. And my last load delivers on the 26th in the morning. So we'll see if I can get to a truck stop in time to do a trip pack. So we'll see. And then I have to have them give me the money to pay for the damn trip pack. But we will see. Anyway, that's it. I don't have much else I'm really thinking about or talking about. I'm going to do a tour of the truck. I know that. Willie reached out to me. I hadn't talked to him in a while. And he actually, I met him at Waffle House in Arizona. He's now in trucking school, so he's coming into the business. Who else is on here? Les Truck got a new gig out of the Carolinas, I believe it is, and is working between Carolinas and the boroughs in New York. Who else? Dustin's got a new gig, but it's not in trucking. But he's also going to be going to school. Congrats to Dustin. I'm trying to think who else. Nikki obviously got her job. Larry Smith got a job and is almost, I think, at either 6 months. So they're thinking about becoming either lease purchase operator, doing some other stuff. So we'll see where that goes. I'm trying to think who else. Because I have a lot of people who share stuff in the background with me. Oh, man. Who else? We got a lot of people doing some stuff. But, yeah, if you're getting into trucking or you got questions, just ask me. And if I don't know, I don't have a problem hooking you up with Bill. Like I hooked Nikki up with Bill, and Bill was able to help her with some stuff, and she made some decisions. On the Trucker 411, we're going to be talking about becoming business owners. DCI on the Facebook page, if you guys are on the Facebook for 411, which you can get to it from my Trucker Doll. You can link out. If you come to me in Trucker Doll, send me a message who you are. I usually will, if you do a friend invite, I'll friend you, and then I'll add you to the Trucker 411. If you're female, I not only add you to that group, I add you to other groups that I'm part of. So like I'm part of a CDL lady group. I'm part of a black CDL holder group. I'm part of a big truck cooking group. Who else? I got a couple of groups I'm part of. There's several little groups that I'm part of. I watch some more than others. So I usually watch like the CDL lady group. I watch them. Obviously the Trucker 411, I'm in that one because that's the channel I started. What else? I'm trying to think what else. But anytime you link to me, I automatically link you to those groups. The Black CDL Holder group, a lot of people don't know about it. It's a very good, I like that one. I have another one that does you brokers and rates if you're into your own authority, or, booking your own freight. And that's in a couple different groups that I'm part of. One of them is mainly female. And then the other one, I think, is the Black CDL one. They have that in there. Trying to think if there's any others. Like I said, some groups I look at more than I look at others. There's some groups I'm part of, I ain't looked at them since I joined them. And I might end up doing some cleanup on my Facebook and de-join them because they used to be really popular, and now they're just like, it's not what it was. Trying to think what else. You're probably going to be able to watch DCI do he should be ending his time here with Werner soon. I'm thinking about maybe less than 6 months or so. Well, I don't know how long he's going to stay with them while he's starting, because he's starting his own trucking business. Um, and then you'll be able to watch his journey on how he does that on the Facebook page, and then later on, like I said, once either I get with him or Shy gets with him again, we'll get him set up on the YouTube channel, and he could do that. He does a lot of lives on the Facebook page, and the guy said this isn't he has a business background. He started his own contracting business and did quite well. And I don't measure. I mean, it is can be a measurement of success if done properly, but I don't measure what you have always to indicate how successful you are, because there's some people who are very humble, and I'm not saying he is or isn't, who may live a very humble life. They, like my grandfather had some decent money, and he lived in a little small home in the hood. He had a humble view of, in a sense, where he decided to live. Now, he was typical of a lot of males who try to brag and build their ego up about his money, which is not a good thing to do, which is probably why he got killed. But as far as how he lived rather humbly. And, there's people who they can be very financially secure and be millionaires, and you would never know. And I don't know if DCI is or isn't, but I do know that successfully he bought his wife a Mercedes, and I'm talking about the convertible, nice, not a very nice Mercedes. He bought one of those RV vans. So he has a good concept of business, managing money, the legal aspects of what he needs to do, reaching out to the right people. He knows about networking. Because right now, even his trucks right now, he's networking all of that. He's just, I met this person. I'm gonna sit down and have lunch with this person. We're gonna sit down and discuss X, Y, and Z. And there's a way to do business in a lot of people. If you don't know how to do it, unfortunately, it does end up biting you in the butt. That's how business people do business, especially in the big Fortune 500 companies. They meet, they sit down, and there's networking done. Then the goals are put out. It's a different concept, and you got to know how to work it. And a lot of people don't sometimes know how to work certain business dealings. But yeah, so he did a good talk on how to start your own business, some of the steps he took, and he does the hypotheticals of how he's looking at creating his own business in trucking, and use hypotheticals on what he's doing to go those steps. And I just thought it was interesting to hear the linearness of how his mind stair steps through to see and to proceed and to get his business set up. Whereas some of us, we jump in, and I was guilty of doing it in my own way, without laying out the foundation first. And that's what he did. I mean, I might have investigated, talked to people, but he's organized those steps amazingly. And he used previous business that he's done as, I think, his roadmap to how to set it up in trucking. So hopefully that would be really cool to see those steps. And I thought he did a phenomenal job. I'm going to talk about the business part of that video kind of in a little bit different way, but I'll be talking about it as well. And then D-Boy Stance also is supposed to be doing it. I don't know if Shy's going to get around to it, but we're just going to talk about how, when you go into business with people and how you would perceive it. It's a good little video. I'll put the link. When I do the video, I'm going to put the link below, and you can go watch it and then make your own assessment. But I thought it's a supposedly true story, and I thought it was a good topic because we have to be really careful when we get into certain relationships, whether that's intimate relationships with people or business relationships, because we want to know what people's motives are. We're looking at this political issue, and that Cohen dude got up there and he fell in love with Trump. He honestly did. He was enticed, and I'm going to call it in love with the fact that he was next to this supposedly powerful, rich, popular person. And basically he sold his soul to this person and got in business with a devil. You got to know people like you know yourself. And and really better yet, you got to know yourself. If you don't know yourself, then yes, you're going to be somebody who sell your soul to the devil. And just because no. There was a movie out, and if y'all haven't seen that, y'all, I know I like movies. It's a good, because I believe movies kind of like, when I grew up, we used to read books, and you would say the moral of the story is, meaning what, even though it's a fictional story, it has an underlying meaning. And how does that underlying meaning have meaning to your life? Give you wisdom. Kind of like the old Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. You had the fat kid who's eating all the chocolate. If you eat all the chocolate, you get fat. You got the rude kid chewing all the gum. And, they got different behaviors that were, you had the little girl who was spoiled, and, whatever she wanted, she could have, kind of like my biological father. And, this person, you're doing a disservice to this child, because that's not the reality of life. So it's the same mindset when you get into relationships. You have to know who you are. And then once you know who you are, then you know who you want to partner with, if you decide to partner. And you got to know somebody like you know yourself. Y'all got to be on the same page. And if you just say, okay, this person's a cool person, I'm going to go ahead and do XYZ in business, that could be horrible. Could be absolutely horrible. Memory Tales in Life, welcome to the channel. It's different for people of color and women starting business. You may have to educate yourself. We need to learn networking, because we often aren't at the right tables by design. This is very true. And culturally, we have a lot. Oh, man, this is a big topic, and I won't be here all night. We have a lot of issues, and I won't, because we're already an hour in. We have a lot of issues in the minority communities. I don't care if you're Latino. I don't care if you're Black. Even in, I guess, and I always like to say, economic classes. Oh, biblical flow. Okay, hey, baby. In certain class of society, I believe we haven't been taught business. And if you understood, and I hate to say this, how Anglo, or quote unquote white wealthy people, white males, do business, oftentimes business is done either at a dinner table, some kind of, or a bar, be it a bar, a social gathering where they can sit down. And really, in that social gathering, there's assessing being done. A lot of people don't realize that too. There's assessments being done when you're in that class thing. Okay, they're assessing who you are. They're assessing how you act. They're assessing a lot of features. And then on top of that, seeing if you're a fit for them to do business with. There's things that are discussed, things that might be little, what I call tidbits that'll be dropped to see how good you are at being maybe discreet about topics that should not be talked about, but yet I'm going to give you just a little bit so you know and see what you do with it. Are you going to run and put it in the street, or are you going to keep it to yourself? Okay. So the networking part is done that way. You have to be trustworthy. You have to be somebody with some responsibility about you. Are you going to go out? Can we go to a bar? Are you able to be disciplined and maybe have a cocktail? Are you able to, how do you interact with people? And here's another example. The same lady I was talking about, who has the guy who got out, there's a place in Lubbock called the Double Nickel. It is a high-end steakhouse. I took my crazy biological father when I was there for his birthday when I first was working for Wells. And, trying to be nice, then I realized don't do that anymore. I took him for his birthday. Well, the bill, so y'all know what I'm talking about when I say high-end, the bill was over $200 for the steaks we had. I had a glass of wine, a dessert. I had steak. He had fish. By the time we got done, that bill was over $200. But it was a damn good meal. Okay, damn good meal. But that was it. Well, the bank had thrown something together so you have a manager and you have supervisors. So at the time she was a supervisor, and they threw a soiree at the Double Nickel for the manager of the department, which was this other Black lady. She called me her mentor because I had more management experience, but she at the time, she was my soup because I had just started there at Wells. So when me and her talked on the side, she talked about how uncomfortable she was at this restaurant. I was like, are you for real? Understand this, and it's something I did for my niece. When she started working in a corporate environment, she grew up in a predominantly black household. I think her mother, I don't know if her mom grew up in, I know she didn't grow up well off, but I don't know if she grew up in like the projects. Arizona projects are like apartments, but projects are projects. Or she grew up just, in a very not middle class environment. So my niece had gotten a corporate job where it was going to be corporate like what I was used to coming from. So I took her out to, I think we went to go see sushi, knowing that most African Americans, minorities, don't like sushi. But sushi is a dish that, unfortunately, in the corporate environment, there may be several people of other cultures. It's a standard. Okay, you go out, hey, we're going to go have sushi tonight. There's things that you can order on the menu and still participate. But what we do as African Americans, because we're set in this little, I just want some ham, some sweet potatoes, some greens, and some cornbread. That's my dad. Ignorant. No offense. And I'm not saying that I like those things too. But in a corporate arena and how business is done among certain classifications of people, especially white males, this is how business is done. And you're going to go to places where you may not have ever eaten that type of food. You are going to have to look at that menu and find something you like and nibble. Okay? I introduced her to California rolls, because see, the automatic thought is all sushi is raw. Well, American sushi, there's some that is just vegetarian. It's not even raw. You don't even have to have any meat involved. There's some that just may have cooked shrimp and some rice and some veggies in the middle. I introduced her to those things so that when she went to sushi, and they love her at the corporate job, they wanted her to go into management. She's in a nice position at the church. She makes good money. And I just sat down and took her. I said, when you go out, if you go drinking, no more than one drink if you're not good with liquor. Two, if you're decent with liquor. But if you're going out to a corporate environment, one drink. And if you can't handle liquor at all, ask for something that looks like a drink. You could do tea. They don't know if that's a Long Island. You could do soda water. They don't know if that's gin and soda. You can do, you don't have to tell them that. What it is that they want to see how you handle your social atmosphere. We don't know how to do any of that. The other part is that because of the old, and I hate to say it, it's still very entrenched in us, the field Negro and the house Negro. Because of those two issues, we usually can't be on the same page, and we usually stab each other in the throat or in the back. We don't know how to get along, even if we don't like each other. We will basically we'll slit the other person's throat before we actually will help them. And that is one of the biggest detriments in the black community. I can't speak to the Latino community because I still think they're closer knit. But for black community, if we don't get along or we don't like each other, we will stab each other in the throat. And it's very disgusting because white people won't do that. White people could hate each other. Absolutely hate each other. But in a corporate arena, they will hold what they call a concerted front, even if they don't like each other. That's what's going on with the politics right now with the Republicans. They don't like that man. They think he's a plumb bumbling idiot. But he's holding a power position, so guess what? We all gonna get the hell along with him. Because even though he's a bumbling idiot, even though he's cuckoo, we're going to stand in conjunction with him because I can get stuff done, I can get agendas done. We're gonna hold a concerted front, even if we don't agree. And in the African American community, we're not gonna do that. We're just not. We're gonna cut your throat. And those are some of the things that hold us back. It holds us back in business. It holds us back in families. It's like my family right now. All of us can cook. On my mother's side, all of us, even my brothers. My grandfather had a soul food restaurant in Arizona. If we could all get along, and if we could even put all differences aside, we probably could be a very wealthy chain type family with restaurants. But we'll cut each other's throat, and it's part of the damages between the house and the field thing. It's part of the damages from slavery within our own society. People think, oh, well, that happened a long time ago. That doesn't mean that those damages still haven't, manifested in our community. They're still bad. And even though we don't know, it's still tied back to some old stuff. It really honestly is. And it's unfortunate. It's just like the little Nigerian chick that I had on this truck. She had been inundated by the white folks. I mean, she believes that they're better, than regular black folks here in America, because that has been something that's been taught. She thinks she's better than black folks here in America. And when she was on my truck, she's like, oh, my skin is too dark. And I was like, oh, no, honey. She's darker than me. I said, you need to not get caught up in the whole, I don't know who taught you that. And I knew who taught her that. I said, don't get caught up in that. I said, the darker your pigment, the less you age. The darker the pigment, the aging process is not as bad. The lighter the pigment, the worse the aging process. The wrinkles, you look like you're 100 and you're 50. Whereas, African Americans, Latinos, and people, and not saying all, but we don't age in the same way as far as our skin. But, it's been an entrenched taught thing it's not about how light your skin is or that you damn near look white. The pigmentation is there for a reason, and you shouldn't put yourself down because of what your nationality is or the color of your own skin. And when that's a self-hate, and there's something seriously wrong with that. It really is. Anyway, y'all, I'm rambling. I'm getting my little black butt off of here and go to bed. Y'all be blessed. I'll probably do another video sometime in the next few days. I've got to do the video for the 411. I'll be getting that out. That's not going to be a live. It's going to be a regular. And then I'm going to eventually, once I get this truck set up, I'll do a tour. Like I said, there's not a lot of storage space. That's the other thing I don't like about this truck. So I've got to I'm going to have to be creative on how I store some stuff. So I haven't done that. Like, I have a bunch of Ziplocs over here in the bottom. I do have my big bed behind the chair over here to the right, because I can't put it under the bunk. And where the TV goes in there, I have my laptop and my shower bag there. Where the microwave is supposed to go. Right now I got chips and bread and oranges and lemons there. And underneath that I have like water bottles and something else. Because there's a little underneath storage. I don't know what the hell that's for. I've laid stuff in there, and then I have some little cubbies. Now, these little cubbies up here, okay, I don't like above me. There are some cabinets, but it's so tall that I can't really see up in there, so I can only feel. And then there's one above it that you can barely reach into, unless you're a tall dude. But what I may do is they have this little metal thing I may get one of those, like a step, put that up there and see how far I can go up. Otherwise, I'm going to have to stand on the chair to look up. I don't like doing that. So what I may do is just get some little plastic bins that you can slide in and out. I may do that. And then they have some little mesh areas up here. But that's the only thing I don't. The storage in the truck. And usually Volvo has a lot of space. But the storage in here really sucks. Like I said, this was all they did was take out the bunk. And they didn't really think about the cabinets. Because even on top where the bunk would be, there's still a little cubby up there for if you had a top person. And then there's a ledge up there, looks like the little nightstand table area for if that was a top bunk was up there. That's just a total waste. They could have done something much more. They could have done something with that. It's kind of messed up. Anywho, y'all, two, be blessed. Like, subscribe, share it out. What else? Hit that bell.